Hello students, standard 10 subject social science and chapter number 15 economic development. But we just take a glance to the last video what we have done, because if we revise it, so it will be helpful for preparing the question answer as well as for the unit test also. In the last video we talk about two question answer of 2 marks. One is the difference between economic and non-economic activities. In that, if you remember that we have written three points to each side. Understood? So that we will just revise it. And second questions we have done that structure of the Indian economy. So first we will take that question answer of difference between economic and non-economic activities. In economic activities, the first point is that to earn or to spend the money, for services or goods, the money is used, that is called economic activities. Whereas in non-economic activities, that non-economic activities is undertaken not to earn the monies. Second one is that in the production process of goods and services, money is used, whereas here in non-economic activities side, that second point we have discussed that the non-economic activity is done free of cost without any charge for to serve the society or for the social welfare of the society. And in third one, we just written the examples. For example, on economic activities, we have written that the example, the organizations, institutions, those who earn the money through the services. For example, doctors, teachers, artisans, farmers, etc. I have given my examples also, that if I am teaching to you, instead of that I will earn the money. So non-economic activity side we have written that same thing, but the examples is different. For example, a mother nurturing to her child, that is non-economic activity, because instead of that mother didn't get anything. For example, if I am teaching to my child, then I will not take any kind of fees, that is called non-economic activities. So that we have done. Now second questions we have done the structure of Indian economy. Now what is the structure of Indian economy? It means that in India we know that many people are engaged in different activities or occupations or professional fields to earn the money. But these all activities and occupations are divided into three categories only: primary sector, service sector and secondary sector. Now in primary sector, if you remember that we are talking about agriculture and agriculture related activities. For example, cattle rearing, cattle breeding, poultry farm, fishing, collection of forest product, etc. will be included in primary activities. In secondary sectors, it is also called manufacturing sector also, because small pin to big machines are manufactured in the industries. So in that we take the examples of construction, electricity, gas, water supplies, etc. are included in that. Even the industries and factories are also, small scale and large scale industries are also the part of secondary sectors. And in service sector, if you remember that we talk about that the service sector is what? The providing a service to the people, instead of that they are getting the money. In that we take the example of trade, communication, then you can say banking, transportations, airways, waterways, etc. They are providing a service to you, and in return they will getting the money. So up to that we have discussed about that. Now today's topic is that factors of production. Now student, it is an important question because it asks in board examination also. It generally it will ask in 2 marks. Factors of production. Now, first of all, you just remember these things, that production is done through the natural resources as well as man-made resources also. First of all, we can say that production is done with the help of natural resources and labor. Different types of tools are used for the production process, and that tools are divided or categorized into 4 categories: land, capital, labor and entrepreneurship. These 4 are the main factors of the production. So shall we start this one with the first one? First of all, we can say land. Now student, it is asked in different way also. These questions they are asked, it means from these questions they will ask another questions also. For example, land is the natural factor of production. Explain the statement. That we will also discuss in this video only. But first of all, we complete this answer. Factors of productions. How many factors of productions are there? Total 4 factors of productions are there. In that first one, Generally, when we heard this word land, it means what? Land is, you can say, uppermost surface of the land. But in terms of economics, or you can say in terms of economics, different types. In terms of economics, the types of, you can say, land means types of natural resources. Now these natural resources include forests, rivers, mountains, minerals present in the interior of the earth, even the metals, etc. So land, first of all, we write about that. 3 points we need to write. First point is that land means in simple definition, land is the uppermost layer of the earth's surface. But in terms of economic, types of natural resources. Land means types of natural resources. You must have to remember this word, types of natural resources, which includes that you can say forests, rivers, mountains, or you can say minerals present in the interior of the earth, even the metals, etc. Second thing, we know that, or last point about that, land is the natural tool for production. You just remember, students, each and every factors you must have to write 2 or 3 points, because 4 factor is there. If you write 2 points, it will be carrying 8 points. Understood? So it is easy, okay for 2 marks or 3 marks question. Understood? Now first one we have understood that 3 points we have done. First one, land definition, simple way. Second, in the points of economics, definition of land, and the natural tool for production. Understood? Land is the natural tool for production. Now second one is that capital. For any kind of production, capital is most required, because without the capital we cannot do anything or carry out any activities. Now what is the capital? First of all, you can say that capital, man-made instruments helpful in the production process, such as instruments, tools, houses, etc., including capital, property, assets. These all things are the parts of capital. Example, instruments, tools, or you can say property, assets, houses. These all are the part of capital, because in production process these all things are required. So we will write about that: instruments, houses, capital, property, assets, and instruments, or you can say investment. Now you just see that these are the parts of capital which is most important for the factor of production, because for the production, after the you can say this entire explanation of these entire questions, we just take that without these 4 factors, is it production is possible? So there is a question. The answer is no. The production is not possible without any kind of these factors. Now third number is that labor. As you know that labor means that mental or physical work to carry out or to gain the monetary gain, etc. We can say that. First of all, labor means what? That labor means mental or physical work done. Labor means mental or physical work done with aim to monetary gain. You just see that it's the first point we write that labor means mental or physical. It's a very clear mental or physical work done with the aim to monetary gain. It means to get monetary. In that we need to write examples of. So for example, another point of this labor is living factor of production. Generally, this true or false, or you can say one word answer also. For example, which is the leading factor of production? So answer is labor. So you must have to remember these things. Now here we can add the examples also. Third point, this is the first point, second point and third point. We write the example. For example, doctors, teachers, farmers, artisans. These all are called as a labor. Why? Because due to their work they get the money. It means they get the production. Due to production they are getting the money. Now students, you just remember these three things we have written. Now fourth one, it's a very easy, but the space is not here properly. So I will write beside of that, so you can able to understand, because we must have to be revise these questions one more time. So fourth one I will write over here. It is called entrepreneurship. Entrepreneurship. Now, very simple. You just see that what is entrepreneurship. If you remember these three things, then you are able to write this fourth one. Because the person who efficiently combines the three factors of production. Which three factors? Land, capital and labor. So the person who efficiently combines these three factors of productions is called entrepreneurship. In Gujarati it is called Ayojan, Niyojan, planning, etc. It is also most required for the production process. Understood? So I will not write this, but you just write the definition and another one is example. Here you can write about that. The person who efficiently combines, so I will write the words combines three factor of production. And secondly is that we can say that it is called entrepreneurship. Or in another way also you can write that the process of coordinating the three factors is called entrepreneurship. It means here you just write 2 points, that is called definition also. For example, the person who combines the three factors of production, which are land, capital and labor, combines these three factors, is called entrepreneurship. Or very simple, the process of coordinating the three factors is called entrepreneurship. Now student, you just see that if you want to produce something, these four things are required. I will just show you one by one. For example, if we didn't have land, understood, you just make a cross to the land. Now it means you have capital, you have labor work, a huge number of labor also, and planning also. But without land, how can you produce something? So it is not possible. One more time we can say that capital. Now you have land, labor and planning also, but you didn't have capital to produce something. So that is also the main, you can say, factor of production. Capital is also most required. Now labor work. Now if you have land, capital and entrepreneurship, it means planning also you have. But the labor is not available, so the production process is not possible. And the last one is that you have land, capital and labor, but the planning is not proper, so then also the production process is in difficult condition. Understood? So students, here we have completed the 2 marks question, that is the factor of production. Now students, you just see that our second topic is that distribution of factors of production. Distribution factors of production, we can say that. It means factors of production we have seen. Now, how these questions we need to write? First of all, we can say that human wants are unlimited. You know that human wants are unlimited. But to satisfy these wants, the tools, or you can say the resources are limited. No country in the world has the unlimited resources. So in such a way that the question is arising for the different countries of the world that why, when and how much resources they were used for the factors of production. So this question is that distribution factors of production. So in that we can say that first number we can say factors, distribution factors of production. First one is that unlimited wants. Now you just see that there is a 2 marks question is also there of this particular topic. For example, human wants are unlimited, explain the statement. But we will talk about this question is later also. Now unlimited one. You know that the human wants are unlimited, but to satisfy these wants, the resources are limited. So we can say that here so many wants are originate from the one wants. So many wants are originated from one want. Apart from this, due to the invention of science and technology, or you can say the improvement in the science and technology, many wants are arises also. So here I will write the word science and technology. Here I will write the keywords so you can able to prepare the statement, or you can say answer of it. So second point we have written, due to the improvements in the science and technology, many wants are arises. And apart from this, a third one is that our wants become unlimited. You know that human wants are unlimited. Our desires is also unlimited. But to fulfill them, you can say resources are limited. So wants are unlimited, but to fulfill them the resources are limited. So what we can do for that? For example, if I have, you can say unlimited wants, but the resources to fulfill them are limited, so I have to do selection. Which wants is important that I have to do. First of all, selection is required among wants. It means we need to be select which one will be fulfilled first as early as possible and which one will be later on. So selection is required. So distribution of factors of production in that first one is that unlimited wants that we have completed with these 4 points. Now second one is that we can say that second distribution factors of production, second point is that important order is must require among the wants. Why? Because important order in terms of necessities. Now student, you just remember these things. We know that the wants are unlimited. Now we must have to make a selection. It means here I will write 2 points. Which want is important? For example, I will take the example of yours only. For example, if you are studying in the 10th standard board examination board year, so your wants are so many. For example, you can say that your want is that you want all materials of different subjects, you want a vehicle to go schools or tuitions. Another than you will be want of facilities in your room, separate room or separate AC you want. So these so many wants you have, but which want is important? So first one we can say that you want a different reference book or materials is most important, so then you must give the priority, or in terms of necessity, important order is must require for the want. So that is the first point. Now if we want to talk about the second point, so it is that important order, you can say important want to be satisfied first. I will write here important want satisfied first. It means right now I will take your example. You will be having your wants like reference book, vehicle, you can say separate room, AC, so many wants you have, but which want is important? For example, reference book for the board examination. So that want should be satisfied first, later on other wants. So this is the second number. Now I will mention here third number of these distribution factors of production. Third number is that limited resources. As you know that human wants are unlimited, we know that, but to fulfill them, to fulfill these wants, the resources are limited. Either they are natural or man-made. You can say natural or man-made. Now these resources are limited, so we use these resources in judicious way. Judicious or judiciously. Use the resources judiciously. Why? Because we know that human wants are unlimited. Right now, you just see that you will be having the list of wants, but to fulfill that wants, the resources are limited. For example, your father income is limited. So at that time, what we can do that we use the resources judiciously. You use your resources. It means what? Your father's income. Use the resources judiciously for your wants. So this is the second point that we have written. But selected wants keep in the center. You just see that whichever the wants you have selected, that is an important, that you need to be put into the center, and then only you will apply the resources judiciously. Understood? For example, you have the want of list, but I give you that you will be having the different reference book and materials. It is your selected one, so it is kept in the center, and that should be satisfied first. Now the fourth number is that alternative use of resources. As you know that to fulfill the wants, many resources are alternatively used. It means they will be having the multiple usage. For example, to fulfill any want, a multiple usage of the resources will be using. At that time, we can say that production resource will be having the multiple usage. So here I will write that alternative usage also. It means to fulfill the wants will be having the alternative usage. Understood? That resource will be used or other resource will be used in that place, or you can say multiple usage. But if you selected any resource, then you can be forget about other wants and you can say resource also. For example, I give one simple example so you can understand. For example, I have one piece of land. Understood? If I will be having the piece of land and I have sown the wheat in that land, so the land is now fulfilled, my resource is also fulfilled, my want is also fulfilled. Now if I will think about the bajra, you can say rice to grow in that land, it is, you can say now it is not selected for that, because the selected thing is already done. I put into the center of that one and I shown the wheat in my land. So other multiple usage should not be you can say satisfied at that time only. So here I have discussed 2 marks question, that distribution factors of production, students. Now we will move to the other question. Now students will be having 2 questions, okay, and that is of 2 marks, which is important one. And these 2 question answer is already we have done in our last questions. That is the distribution of factors of production. We just see that explain the land as a factor of production. Here we know that these questions we already discussed in that, but later we need to write some more. First of all, what is the land? Land is the, you can say, upper layer or surface of the earth. But in economic terms, land means different. You can say land means you can say forest, river, mountains, minerals present in the interior of the earth, metals, etc. But this all thing, that is why land is considered as the natural tool of, you can say, natural tool for the production. Second one is that land is immobile. You can say immobile. It means it cannot be shifted. For example, if I grow something here, that cannot be shifted to the other places. Understood? So not shifted to other places. Third one is that land is in limited portion. It cannot be increased, not be increased. You just see, student, land is in limited portion. Whatever the land portions we have, that we have to satisfy from that only. We cannot increase the land surface also. That is why, and apart from this, we can say that fertility and usefulness. Understood? Now you know that fertility and usefulness of land is different. For example, in Arai region, for example Rajasthan, the fertility of land is less, but the usefulness of that land is possible. So that is why due to these points, you can say the land is production. You just write 4 to 5 points in that because it is of 2 marks question. No need to write more. You can add more points about that questions which we have discussed. Now wants are unlimited, explains. Second question is that wants are unlimited, explain. You know that wants are unlimited, but to fulfill them the resources are limited. You just see that to fulfill the wants, the resources which is natural as well as man-made, these are limited. So what we can do, we just do that priority to the basic needs. It means we will be having so many wants, but you just give the priority to the basic needs. Which wants you require first or important, that should be, you can say, fulfilled first. It means I have given the example of your only, that you will be having the list of wants, for example, material, vehicles, room, AC, facilities. But which is the most important? That is that you need to be fulfilled first. Thereafter we can say, thereafter lesser wants in the form of comforts and luxurious are satisfied. It means if we completed our as earlier wants, that is we completed. But thereafter, if we will be having the resources, then only the lesser wants should be, comforts and luxurious should be satisfied, you can say, later. But which want we should you can say satisfied first? So that is why we give the priority which basic needs, for example food, clothes and shelter. So students, today we will discuss 4 question answer: factor of production, distribution of factor of production, then explain like as a factor of production, and wants are unlimited, explain the statement. So these 4 questions which are too much important, so please watch the video carefully, full videos, and go through the worksheet as early as possible.